Hello, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to say my adoration and gratitude to God because with His blessings, I was allowed to present about airport passenger handling relation to IATA. And I would like to say thank you for Mrs. Rai who have given time to present. And today I would like to present about airport passenger handling relation to IATA. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Yudhistira and I am from travel class. Okay, first, chapter 1, preliminary. Do you know what about passenger handling? Yes. I would like to share you about passenger handling. Passenger handling is a procedure or process for handling or serving passengers on a flight, starting from the process of making a reservation or booking a place until passengers arrive at their destination. And then we are coding to FX Widyadi, the series of procedures for handling or servicing passenger can be described in the following uh, example like reservations, fare calculations, getting, departure, transit or transfer, arrival. And yes, we have discussion about passenger service. In essence, there are two, namely service on departure, it is at departure sections, and the second is service on arrival at arrival sections. And the conditions for the carriage of passenger and their baggage have been regulated in the Warsaw Convention, set out in the IATA General Conditions of Carriage Stage. Yes, for the short time, we next to chapter 2, it is at the content, and the content is their airport passenger handling, and the first passenger handlings means that to handle to do the curtain job with full awareness, and so that on many occasions we often encounter the use of the words ground service or land service or service at the airports. And passenger handling is a land activity related to the handling or service of passenger along with their baggage, cargo, postal equipment, and supporting equipment for the ground of the aircraft itself. Yes, next to content and airport passenger handling, that is based on the previous divisions. We can know the scope of the limits of passenger handling work, namely the pre-flight and post-flight phase or stage, namely the handling of passengers and aircraft while at the airport. Technically, operational passenger handling activities begin when the aircraft is take sheets, where seats, parking stand, the aircraft engine has been turned off, the aircraft will have been blocked on, and the aircraft door has been opened. And the passengers have been asked to get off or of aircraft. Then at the time, the ground staff had already had the autonomy to take the work of the pilot in command or PIC. Yes, and next there is iPod passenger handling, and it's the same with the description before, but this is development of airline company. Yes, in here we know about activity of another company relating to handling or service of passengers along with their baggage, cargo, mail, supporting equipment for the movement or aircraft on the ground at the aircraft itself while the airport, and both for departure. And the scope and limitations of passenger handling work are at the pre-flight and post-flight as the same before. But we call this process river handling, and on the other hand, the activities or work of ground people and when the plane is getting ready to take off. That is when the plane door is closed, The engine is on in the wheels shocks of the plane are removed. The responsibility for the pace rests with the pilot in command and his cabin crew. We know this process departing handling object handled by the persons initially include passengers, packs, passenger luggage, shipments, postal items, rams, and aircraft. And the scope of objectivity in SS must refer to the rules set by IATA Airport Handling Manual. 810 annex which stipulates a total of 14 standard service sections or 14 activity items. And next, the goals and objectives to be achieved by passenger handling are as follows: flight safety, on-time performance, customer satisfaction, and reliability. And the target of flight safety and OTP is highly felt by external parties or PECs and internal parties, while the goal of customer satisfaction will be highly felt by external parties, and the goal of efficiency will occasionally be greatly benefited by internal. Okay, and then we next to the main content. Yes, it is IATA. IATA it is the International Airport Transport Association, a brave as is an international organization founded on April 19, 1949 in Havana, Cuba. First, consisting of airlines, IATA is headquartered in Montreal, Canada. Its member airlines are given special leeway to they consult price among fellow members through this organization. IATA is also charged of implementing regulation in the sniffing of dangerous goods and using guidelines for IATA dangerous goods regulation. IATA dangerous goods regulations founded in April 1945 in Havana, Cuba. IATA is the successor International Traffic Association, which was founded in The Hague in 1919, the year the world's first international scale flights were made. It is meant to help airlines to compete legally and achieve uniformity in pricings. When it founded, IATA had 57 members from 31 countries, mostly in Europe and North America. IATA now has more 270 members from more than 140 countries in the world. Next, the role of IATA. And the first uh, functions of IATA is for airlines companies setting up collaborative tools to find solutions to existing problems sourced from an external airlines company or problems between several airlines. And second is government. It is standard development forum for the industry and a center coordinating international travel rates. And the last is for the community. Simplify the process of obtaining travel documents for people who wish to travel internationally through development for cooperation between several airline companies. For example, tickets for Singapore Airlines can be purchased at the Indonesian Airways office. And then it is the main topic also airport passenger handling relationship with IATA. Yes, we know about function IATA before. It is namely providing assurance that there will be a high operational standard anywhere and providing assurance that there are reasonable business practice from airlines and their agents, ensuring that the flights prices set are rates that are affordable by the public. With the office of airline companies and their sales agents, a passenger can easily book tickets for his trips to several cities and countries, including order the accommodation she wants. And for these reasons, a passenger only needs to place an order through one company, namely a travel agent that has become an association agent. And next, there is an associations. They are pioneers open non-political and democratic membership is open to any company that has received permission from its government, which is already a member of ICAO. Within this organization membership, there are two categories. That is, there are active members, which is another company that flies international routes, and second is associate member, which is airline member of the organizations that flies domestic routes. And the active member of these organizations are divided into two categories. There are namely the trade associations, whose membership activities cover all non-commercial aspects of civil commercial aviation, and the tariff coordinations, whose membership activities include international price and tariff organizations. And next, there's these organizations holds an annual general meeting which is attended by all its members, all active members have one vote. Policies that will be applied through the year are set by elect member of executive committees, and their implementation is carried out by committees such as the finance committee, the legal committee, and the engineering and traffic committee. And for the coordinations of price or tariff agreement is ensured to inclusions their tariff coordination conference through a separate meeting that discuss the transportation of passenger cargo. And for Indonesians, the code in question is the location of named outbound or location in the fighter, which consists of three letters code and used to mark airports around the world. These codes are complete and regulated by the International Airport Association or IATA and are published 3 times a year in the airline and coding directioners of the organizations. And not all, and we have to below is a list airport names in Indonesia along with the international air transport. And for the example, this is several codes, and not several, is this all the codes of Indonesian's airport. There are existing airport code in the island of Sumatra. In yes, there is a lot. There are a lot of codes, and there are airport codes in Java Islands too. And for example, we have to see there is there are PDO, SOC, SRG, CGK, GOG, and SUB. And next, it is still in the domestic area, especially in Indonesia. Yes, there are airport in Bali and Nusa Tenggara Islands, and airport in the Borneo, and airport in the Sulawesi of Islands, and the Papua Island. And yes, before we to closing, before I want to closing this presence, before we know about the several codes, and IATA also made code for internationals, and there are uh, maybe 2,000 codes in the all of airport in the world. Yes, and the for closings with I have this is the connections between airport passenger handling and IATA is that IATA makes it easier for passenger handling staff to create codes and each airport and city, and make it easier for passengers to know difference from our airport. And I hopefully this presence is useful for learning in the world of lectures, and with and I thank to with expedite and preparation of pre apa, this present so that it can be complete on the time. Yes, thank you so much for your attentions, and last words I would like to say thank you.